Good morning, throttlers. Welcome back to the channel. Now, if you were watching last week, you would have seen that I took my Royal Enfield Continental GT 650 over to Royal Enfield Sydney and I swapped out the handlebars. We took the clip-ons off, we put the Himalayan bars on. There was a whole bunch of other things that had to be done to make that happen. But then I brought it back here, put it in the shed, and then I've been away ever since. So today's my first opportunity to be able to get out and ride my GT and see if I even like the way that I've had the handlebars set up now. So come along with me, I'll let you know what I think on the ride. Let's go. Alright, here we are in the shed. Harley Street Glide Special underneath covers. Let's unwrap the Enfield and move her out of the shed. As you can see, the new bars there. I really love the look. Let's see if I've achieved the desired outcome that I was after. So if you watched the video, you would have understood that when I test rode these and I bought this, it was the GT that I liked the most. I liked this body position at the time. I rode the Interceptor and the GT back to back. And whilst riding them back to back, I definitely felt that the GT was a more performance orientated bike, which it is. So back to back I preferred the GT, so I bought the GT. But over time I've realised that the body positioning of the GT with the clip-ons, my body just didn't like it. It just wasn't something that was suited for me. So I made a change. And I know in the comments of the last video, people gave me a hard time for not choosing the Interceptor to start with, and yes, that's right, I agree. However, I chose what I chose at the time for the right reasons, and then I decided I didn't like it. Then I decided I wanted to change it. And so this is how I discovered I could change it without spending too much money. Alright, so I've been on here for about 10 minutes now, folks. Obviously I don't want to ride you through my street so you know where I live. We've got to keep some things a little bit private here in the social media world. So just in case I was too huffy and puffy in the intro, as you can see by this new bar here, this is not the Continental GT clip-ons that it came with. This is actually their adventure bikes bars. This is the Himalayan bars on a Continental GT Cafe Racer. And yes, I know a lot of people commented in the last video about the fact that I should have bought an Interceptor instead of a Continental GT, and yes, I agree 100%. But if you also took the time to watch the video right before shooting your mouths off, you will also know that I explained the fact that I bought the GT for the right reasons at the time, but realised that I'd bought the wrong bike for me. So this is my solution to a problem that I've created myself. And I'm the first to admit that I created the problem myself. So what choices did I have? I could have traded this in and got the Interceptor, but I'm going to be losing a couple of grand already because this is now a second-hand bike and I have to go in on a brand new Interceptor. And so it was an option, but it was going to cost me some money. The second option was just sell it, and I was contemplating buying a DR 650 or a KLR 650 or a like, so I could do a little bit of off-road. Third option is investigate whether changing out the handlebars is an option. So I trotted on down to Royal Enfield Sydney and I had a chat to the wonderful Santina and Will about my options, and they explained to me that this was an option. Now, to get to this stage, it wasn't just the fact of adding handlebars to this bike. Obviously they were clip-ons. Everything's changed around here so much. I'm going to go up here. I had to change out the top yoke on the triple tree. We had to get all of this done. We had to get the bars. We had to get extended cables and brake hose from the Interceptor as well. So it ended up being a bit more expensive than I expected it to be. However, I've ended up with the bike that I want out of it, which is good news. So now that I'm on it, and I've been on it for just a little while, I'm already in love with the body positioning. Now, it's certainly not perfect by any means. So because I'm sitting on a GT, I've got rear set pegs on it. And now with the upright handlebars, the body positioning is a little bit strange with rear sets and a handlebar, but I also like it. I feel that it's actually a little bit aggressive while still being upright. Morning. Thanks, buddy. Go the Roosters. I'm not really a Roosters fan, I'm a Tigers fan. But anyway, it was nice enough to move out of the way for me. And to be honest, my Tigers haven't been much chop for the last couple of years either. So where were we? Body positioning. Yeah, it feels good. What it feels like now is just really flickable. Like, I've got wide handlebars. I'm upright, I'm seeing over traffic better, my back and my shoulders and my arms feel a whole damn lot better, and yeah, it's exactly what I wanted to achieve. So you can see, flicking it from left to right, it's just really easy. It's actually made, for want of a better word, it feels like it's a bit of a hooligan bike now. Now, I'm not a wheelie person at all, but I reckon with this body position it'd be very easy to knock out a couple of wheelies. Yeah, I love it. I love it. It's so much fun now. I don't know what it's going to be like on a long highway trip, but it's fun. Let's see if we can get in here for a bit of a photo. All right, I think I'm possibly the world's worst photographer, but that doesn't matter. It still makes it nice when you're proud of a vehicle and you want to take photos of it. Yeah, I love it. Santina, Will, if you're watching this, I absolutely love it. Exactly what I wanted. Let's see if we can just get onto this bridge and take a little photo. There's the sun. Sun's up there. As I said, the rear set pegs is the only thing that feels a little bit awkward, a little bit different on here. But I think it's something I can certainly get used to. Being having the interceptor cables put through and front brake line, I reckon that I'm going to have to go through another stage of breaking in the clutch cables. I just had my first service done on the old ones and tightened up. I think I'm going to need to get it done again after a little while on this one. But yeah, I'm in love. This is great. As I said, I was thinking about selling this. And there was something that was stopping me. Number one, the Royal Enfield community in Sydney is bloody great. Jimmy Swan, absolute legend, runs Sydney Enfield Riders, and he's just an Enfield nut. He's got a whole bunch of them, and even the Sydney Cafe Racer Group, all of these little communities that are in my back pocket here in Sydney, was the things that were holding me back from selling this. Now that I came up with this idea, I'm really excited that I've kept it, and I alluded to it a little bit in the previous video of getting these handlebars done. This has begun the passion for customizing this machine. Now, I've got the whole idea for this machine in my head, and I know exactly what I want to do. And look, I'm not a bike builder. I don't pretend to be one. I don't want to make changes to this bike that will affect its resale value in the future. So every change that I make on this bike is going to be reversible. So I've got the EMGO pipes on it, slash cut pipes, but I've still got the originals in the shed. All I need to do is bolt them back on if I need to sell it as an original bike. Now I've got the Himalayan bar. It's a very easy process to turn this back into a cafe racer, put the clip-ons on and put it all back to stock. Now my next thing will be a tank wrap. So I'm going to wrap this tank for the theme of the bike. Now this is going to be a tribute bike. I'm not going to tell you about what the Tribute is yet until it's unveiled, but this will be a Tribute bike, and the tank wrap will replicate that. And once the wrap's done, I just have to do it in bits and pieces of when I can afford it. Once the wrap's done, I'll be looking at putting some knobbly tyres on it. I want to be able to do very light off-roading. I don't want to do single track or dirt bike riding or anything like that with this bike. But I want the ability to go out into a country town or off the highway, see a little dirt track, and so I can have an explore. And I believe that this frame will be suitable for that. By putting some semi-off-road tyres on it will help it function that way a little bit better. And over time, I'll look at possibly upgrading the suspension as well. Keeping in mind that this is going to be a predominantly street bike that's just going to do local stuff, a little bit of light off-roading, so I don't want to change it up too much, just enough. Alright guys, that's about it for this video. I'm going to go and grab a coffee at my mate's little garage cafe, then go for a bit of a spin and enjoy this bike, and then get on with my day. So thanks for watching guys. Very short video. A lot of you are asking for this, for ride impressions, body positioning. I really love it. I'm very happy with the changes I've made. There's a little bit of adapting that needs to be done for me to get really comfortable on this bike and be confident again with its flickability, I guess you could say, its manoeuvrability, but I'm happy. Good choices. Royal Enfield Sydney are amazing every time I deal with them. It's just easy. They're very helpful and they do good work. Good work. Alright, see you guys.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small.